What's up, Internet? I'm Aries Van Dam. How y'all doing tonight? Uh, just wanted to show y'all a couple of videos tonight, do a little commentary and see what y'all think. The first one I'm going to show is from a new content creator that I'm really starting to get into. His name's Woman Propaganda. That's the name of the channel. And I like this guy. He's got some pretty good takes. He's pretty based. So funny little guy too. So check out his channel. Go ahead, subscribe. Woman Propaganda. Good guy. So, let's jump into it. Let's do this way. There we go. Like that better. All right.
So did you
Can I
vote
ask
for
you something?
Yeah.
A good man, does a good man provide for his kin, for his children?
No.
A good man does not provide for his
And
children.
you know why?
Wait, what?
May I tell you why not?
Wait, why not?
There's no such thing as a good man.
Wait, are all men trash, Jessie Lee Peterson?
All human beings who have anger are trash.
Damn, you are like the most progressive conservative I've ever talked to.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you think you're canceling all men? You're talking about
I
having
said all
children out of
those who
wedlock?
have.
So the video that they're watching tonight is Jessie Lee Peterson. Great commentator, really funny guy. He has on these woke people and just destroys them. He's a really funny guy. Go check out Jessie Lee Peterson too. Don't check out Hasan Piker. He's an idiot and a moron, and he shocks his dog. So don't check him out. But check Jessie Lee out. Really good guy.
Have anger are wicked.
Huh, interesting. But everyone has the capacity to be angry, right? And have anger, right?
Everyone has the capacity to overcome anger.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true. I agree with that. We can overcome our material conditions, especially if we get together and fight back against the system.
I got to ask you about the Great White Hope.
Go ahead.
What has the president said or done that you disagree with?
Gigantic tax cuts, actively
like
trying
that?
to... No, it's terrible.
Amazing.
They contribute to income inequality. You, Jesse,
Why
you
don't
make
you
a lot
give
of
all
money,
you-
so you
why
like the
don't
tax
you
cuts.
give-
It's going to hurt them
No,
and their children.
They got
the people
tax
that
cuts
work
in their paycheck.
No, of course, but they get a $5 tax cut when you get
Why did
$100,000.
you gave all your tax cuts back to the president or to the?
What?
Did you receive accept your? You have a job, right?
Yeah, I do.
And when you received tax cuts, did you give back the money?
What, I'm confused with that. Is that?
Did you give
what do I-
back the extra?
I'm confused. I don't understand. I think that's a no. He did not give back any money, and he would not give back any money. Hasan Piker, I don't like him.
Money that you
don't like him.
made as a result of tax cuts. Did you get say no? This is not fair. I'm giving it back. Did you give it back?
Do you think that's how it works?
Did you give it back?
Do you think that's how it works?
Did you give
no,
it back?
of course I didn't give it back.
I
Do you
didn't
think that's how
so.
it
You're a
works?
hypocrite.
That's how hypocrisy works? Okay.
I don't see you giving it back if you think it's so bad.
I'm talking about handling systemic problems. When you're like, why don't you give back the $5 additional that you got back?
You could have given that to the.
The problem is
why
we all
you did
give it
not
back.
give that to the
The
poor.
problem is we all give those tax
Why
cuts
do you
back.
give
You
that
know how
back
we
to
give
the
those tax cuts back, Jesse? When the average American citizen can no longer send their child to public school, or when health care becomes even less affordable, the average American citizen is paying.
Why can't you send your kids to public school? Public school's free. That don't even make any sense. That's the only place you can send your kids to is public school. He must have misspoken, meant private school, I think, which is where he went.
Back in dividends.
Why
When they're
did you
paying
give
back
that
so
back?
much more than the $5 that they
Why
originally
did you
got.
give yours back to the poor then?
I do. I give back to the poor
So
all
you
the
say
time.
no,
but that doesn't,
no.
but
I'm
that
talking
doesn't
about
solve
your
anything.
tax cut money.
Okay, more
that
than
you
that.
Received.
But even more than that. But that
why
doesn't solve
did
anything.
you not give it to the poor?
But I do. But that doesn't
no,
solve
you
anything,
didn't.
Jesse.
You're not being honest again.
Yes, I am.
You gave your money back. Say, hey, I don't want to give it to
Not
the
the
poor.
tax
Giving money to the poor doesn't solve anything. They're still poor because he doesn't give them much. If I give them a nickel, they're still poor. Didn't solve anything.
cuts.
I
But
didn't
even
think
more
so.
than that.
I got to
mean,
ask you this.
Okay.
So you're okay with illegal aliens coming into the border, right?
Yeah, I don't. I think,
Illegally
yeah,
crossing the border.
I think borders are ridiculous.
Okay.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Borders are ridiculous. I bet he locks his doors though. I bet he lives in a gated community or condo. What I think he lives in a gated condos place, but he doesn't live by the same way he wants you to live. That's the point.
You love white people?
Why don't you?
You
Why-
love white people?
Borders are ridiculous. Like, give me a fucking break.
Thank
Are
you.
you kidding me? Should Japan not have borders? Should they let everybody just
Have water.
walk right in, pull up on a boat, and just now I live in Japan. Came here from Africa. Now I'm just in Japan. Gonna stay here forever, I think.
Yeah.
Crossing the border.
I think borders are ridiculous.
Okay. You love white
Why
people?
don't you?
You
Why-
love white people?
Yeah, sure.
You love all white people?
I love all people. I have no hate in my heart for anyone.
You don't? And so you
And I
love...
don't think you do either, but yet you keep calling people children of the lie and Satan.
Do you
It
love
doesn't
Amer-
seem like you love all
Ask him about Ethan Klein. See how much he loves him.
people if you keep calling
I hate him too, by the way. I hate Ethan Klein too, but just saying, he doesn't love everybody.
them Satan, right? Do you love Satan?
They're children of Satan.
Oh, okay.
Do
Do
you
you
love...
love children of Satan?
I love them, yeah.
Yeah, you do?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's
So let me
interesting.
ask,
Why do you keep
do
calling them
you-
children of Satan without knowing if they're actually children of Satan or not, though? Because you're
Everyone-
vilifying them.
Everyone
You're
who...
vilifying them and other people who listen to you, who you have a responsibility to educate, also probably
No, you
now
don't.
agree with you and think that
No responsibility to educate. I don't educate anyone.
these random people that you've never met and don't know if they're evil or not are children of Satan.
No, they are. You can tell.
But you can't.
I got to ask you this.
What if I think
Yeah, yes, they are, and yes, you can tell. And I think we all know what Jesse means when he says children of Satan. Liberals, people that march for abortion. Perfect example, the people who cheered and celebrated when Charlie Kirk got murdered.
Or the people who excuse away the Epstein stuff. They're evil.
Those are children of Satan. No man is good, right? I agree with that. Human beings are evil. I totally agree. But some people are more evil than others. Cheering for the death of Charlie Kirk, that's crazy. You scare me, buddy. I'm scared for you. It's going to be awkward on Judgment Day for you when you meet God. And God plays back the footage of you cheering when Charlie Kirk gets murdered.
See, woman propaganda, the guy up here, he's kind of in a similar boat with me. We still kind of have to be conservatives, but we hate all the Israel shit. Most of his videos are about Israel shit. I'm shocked this one doesn't have any, but we're kind of forced to still defend conservatives, even though we're pissed about the Israeli stuff. So it's a very difficult spot me and him are in. I think we're the few people that are in that predicament.
So we know what children of Satan means. That's totally valid.
you're a child of Satan?
That'll be fine.
Yeah, but what
I
you
don't
don't
care what you
understand
think.
is, I know, but if you're throwing around these words carelessly and then people that listen to you end up doing something bad, don't you think that you share a little bit of that moral
Not at all. That's their
responsibility?
issue, not mine.
Huh, interesting.
Thank you. So
Okay.
let me
That's
ask.
not very manlike,
Have
is
you
it?
noticed that?
Is that very alpha? Is that an alpha
As if this guy would know what a man is like.
Do what?
to not take responsibility for your actions? I feel like that's not a very alpha
My
thing.
responsibility is to have faith, be what I say, and put the truth out there. It's your responsibility
I think you're
to.
absolving yourself of a lot of guilt and
And your
responsibility for a lot of the things that
responsibility
you're
to
saying.
receive it or not.
Oh,
I got to
okay.
ask you this though. So
However it suits you, Jesse.
you say that you're okay with illegal alien crossing to the border.
I don't think any human being is illegal. You can describe to me why you think that human beings
Do you
are
know
illegal.
legal and illegal where you see it?
Yeah, how could you
Do you know the difference between
Illegal immigration is a huge problem, but legal immigration is a problem too. All these H-1B visas, all these Indian immigrants are coming to America.
They poop in the streets too. Keep that in mind. Maybe not the ones they're bringing on the H-1B, but the Indian people.
Legally. They're not illegal. They're doing it legally, and they're taking away white people's jobs. White guy loses his job to an Indian who is willing to take half the amount of pay. So black people lose jobs to the Mexicans coming illegally, and then white people lose jobs to the Indians coming legally. This happened in Canada, and the Indians do a way worse job than the white people. How about all these CDL truck drivers that keep crashing, dude?
illegal and legal?
Good point.
Yes.
People crossing to our borders without permit. They're sneaking across the border. Is
Why do
that
you think they're doing
legal?
that?
Is that legal or illegal?
It's illegal, but why do you think they're doing that?
You say what?
To come work in America, dummy. That's why if Trump would just start enforcing the Immigration Act of 1996 or 86, I don't remember which one it was, but if he started enforcing that, they would all just have to go home. That's my whole point.
It's illegal. Why do you think they're
What
doing
did you
that?
say? You said it real fast.
It's illegal, but it doesn't matter.
And so
I know.
do
It's
you
not
want illegals coming across our border?
Yeah, 100%. But why is it a bad
And
thing?
why do you want that?
The interesting conversation to have here is
Why do you want that?
think it's a bad thing.
Because it's wrong.
But why is it wrong?
This dude wouldn't know what's interesting. He is the most boring. I've tried to watch his streams just to get content. Oh my God, he's the biggest whiny bitch in the world. He's like a fucking woman.
Put my country first.
It's wrong, Hasan, because white people, Native Americans, are getting screwed out of our own inheritance. We lose money when these people come over. They're not a net positive, they're a net negative. In like almost in so many ways. Just by the balance sheet, you see they're a net negative. White people, and maybe Asians as well, are the only groups in this country that pay more into the system than we receive in benefits.
Yeah, we got to keep the Asians, especially the ladies. I got yellow fever.
Black people are 13% of the population and commit 5% of the GDP is their contribution to GDP. Shouldn't 13% of the population produce at least 13% of the GDP? And then the GDP that black people do contribute to is like rapping, entertainment, sports ball, football, basketball, things that do not matter, things that we do not need. We actually don't need the NFL. We actually don't need the NBA or the WNBA. Actually, the country would be better if those organizations got shut down completely and men had to find something productive to do, bro. If you're gonna watch sports ball, you may as well watch anime. It's the same thing. At least you get a cool story. And
now I'll agree with this in principle. Sports ball is stupid, most of them, but what he's not thinking about is women's beach volleyball. Like if you get rid of all sports ball, that's going too, and that's the only women's sport I will watch.
some good music if you watch anime, okay? I could do a whole video on why watching sports ball is bad.
Everyone who watches anime is a furry. Just so you know. Just kidding.
Our country's being stolen from us in real time, and you're cheering for grown men playing a child's game. Watching sports ball is, in my opinion, in 2025, it's unacceptable. You need to get your head in the game, okay? If you're white, you got to get your head in the game. The whole entire world is against us. Hasan Piker's doing what he can to make sure we continue to get replaced in our own country. White people are bad. All non-whites are awesome, gifts from God, beautiful, amazing. And it would just benefit America so much if we just flooded the country with a bunch of low IQ, brown and black immigrants. That's what Hasan Piker wants to do.
I do like Jessie Lee and Candace Owens, though.
It's such a disgusting joke. It should be illegal for some Turkish guy, Muslim Turkish guy, to move to this country and then advocate for white people to get replaced in our own country. Why do we put up with this? Because our own government is complicit. Our own government is allowing for this kind of thing. I mean, our own government's doing the replacement on us, guys. It's disgusting. It's not fair. And white people need to wake up.
First,
Why is it wrong?
Even under Trump.
because I put my country
But
first.
what about all these people that you're talking about? A lot of them came here illegally as well. America
who?
was started as an illegal colony. In the end of the day, they came here, and
Where's
they
your
came here
proof?
and they genocided Native Americans.
Where's your
they
proof
were
of that?
illegally here.
Where's your proof of that?
History.
What do you mean?
Do you deny history?
What do you mean by
Do you
that?
deny-
So if the Mexicans win this war, I guess he's thinking is a war, then they get to say they were right too. But I don't think they're going to take us over.
that
I don't know what
pilgrims
you
came in?
mean.
Okay, do you deny that?
Okay. Classic radical normie talking points here. This is what I mean when I say radical normie. Duh! We genocided the Indians. Duh! And then we made black people slaves. Duh! And then also, don't forget, white people did World War I and II, and they did the Holocaust. Duh! So, now we need to flood America and Europe with a bunch of low IQ brown and black immigrants. Because white people have done mean things in the past. I'm not even going to get into the whole, genocide.
Yeah, the guy talking about how everybody's awful in America, his uncle started a network called the Young Turks, and it's based off of the Turks that killed a bunch of people in the Middle East. He doesn't know what's right and what's wrong. He has no idea. He gets his like morals from Chink Unger or whatever his name is.
Citing the Native Americans and how that's like not accurate. That 90% of them died of disease. And then we had a war with them. Like these people were doing child sacrifices when we showed up. So yeah, actually, I think we will dominate them. Yeah, Cortez showed up and said the child sacrifices will stop. Would you think everybody was holding hands doing a kumbaya before we showed up? This was a savage land, and we tamed it. So the whole white people evil because of history. But this is a radical normie. That's the standard low IQ, uninteresting, boring public school brainwashing. That's what he regurgitated just there. That's what he always goes back to when talking about white people bad, white people deserve to lose their country. Those are the talking points he always goes back to. And that is a radical normie. I mean, he's like a communist too, so maybe he's not the prime example of a radical normie, but that's what radical norm, those signs that people have in their driveway. In this house, we believe in science, and we believe in no human is illegal, and racism is bad. Those lawn signs people have where they just like... The other thing with radical normies is everything they say is also an accusation back at us. When they say, well, I believe in science, what they're saying is, you don't believe in global warming, so you're stupid. You're an idiot. You're going to get us all killed because you refuse to believe the experts. You refuse to believe in global warming. Believe in this scam. Jump on board. Believe in... You know what I mean? Like, they're calling us stupid or evil when they say these things. Radical normies. They have low IQ, cheap, bullshit, public school brainwashing, but they believe it so strongly, and they accuse the people that are awake, the people that think for themselves, they accuse us, real people, of being evil, Nazis, racist, XYZ, blah, 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 whatever. Well, I think the white people are bad because what about what we did to the Indians? And what about what we did to the black people? Like, that's their whole entire worldview, always and forever, you know, and there's no making them see the light. There's no... Like, I couldn't possibly explain to one of these people, hey, the word racism is actually a psyop. Everyone's racist. It's pattern recognition. That's just that's just a word made up to attack white people. Okay? Like, if I try and explain that to a radical normie, they're just going to think, oh, you're one of those Nazis I've been hearing about. You know, there's no getting across to these people. Radical normies, it wouldn't be such an issue, but they're allowed to vote. But this was very deliberate, the creation of the radical normie. They try and make people like this so that they can use those votes to control all of us, right? If you're...
Think your neighbor that has a coexist bumper sticker. That's what he's talking about.
a radical normie, you're a part of the problem. I'd rather you be apolitical than a radical normie, dude. It's so bad. Anyways, we'll keep going a few more minutes with this interview.
When pilgrims came here, then they genocided Native Americans and killed them, systemically targeted them, moved them away from their lands that they used to live on. Do you deny that that's a real thing?
Yes.
Wait, what do you think
And
happened?
so if they genocide them and move them away, what was wrong with the Indians that they didn't protect themselves?
What was wrong with them?
Yes.
They didn't have the same access to technology that
No,
the
that's
people
not what
that...
was wrong.
Oh, that's wrong.
They weren't, that's not the problem.
What's the problem?
They were on pot.
They
They
were
were
on
smoking that stuff. What do they call that stuff?
And here's where me and Jesse differentiate. Because I also partake medically.
They were smoking peace pipe with pot in it.
Well, people...
That's literally true. Yeah, they were smoking pot. That was the least worst thing they were doing, okay? They were doing child sacrifices, especially in South America. The Indian tribes were savage in North America as well, but in South America, the Aztecs, the Incans, they were sacrificing people so that the sun would come up tomorrow, you know? We've all seen the
It did work.
movie Apocalypto, right? These people deserved to get conquered. We did it for their own good. And now there's not as much human sacrificing going on in South America.
A little less.
Thank God. You're welcome.
Still smoke peace pipes all
That's
the
for
time.
sure.
They do.
I got to ask you about
A lot of
millennial
people
men.
do.
I got to ask
Do
you.
any of you guys smoke weed? in
You
the
smoke
studio?
pot?
No, I don't anymore. But
You used to smoke pot?
Oh, they do. They smoke
You
weed.
used to smoke pot?
I used to, yeah.
What made you stop?
No, I just felt like I didn't. It wasn't for me.
Why?
I felt like I was less productive, and I felt like I would contemplate too much about the meaningless of existence and all of these things that that I normally think about. That's in the back of my mind. But when I was high, or when I would get really high, I would just get into these like deep states of
Remorse. He felt guilty for all this shitty stuff he does, because marijuana will do that to you. I used, when I was a child and I tried it a couple of times, it made me paranoid. I was worried the cops were going to get me. But now that it's legal, it makes me change things in my life, makes me better. It improves me. It makes me worry about my health. It makes me worry about things in my life I need to fix. And that's why he can't do it, because it makes him realize what a dirty shithead he is.
Consciousness, I guess, where I was too aware of all of the things that were going on, and it was
That he was
a
doing.
scary reality. A lot of us have this capability, but we actively silence it. For
Amazing.
example, we're currently on a spinning sphere on you know, going nowhere.
I got to ask you
essentially.
this real
But
fast
if you
because
So, anyways, guys.
Did he just throw that fact in that he learned in preschool? Like, what did that have to do with anything?
It's Hasan Piker's. I got more worked up recording this than I thought I would, but Hasan triggered me a few times. So that was fun. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to end the video there. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. You know what I mean about the rise of the radical normie? Let me know in the comment section. Do you know radical normies? You definitely do.
I feel like the radical normies are kind of like a cousin to NPCs, where they have a little bit more programming to where they can come out into the real world, but they're still not quite full people. But this was a good video. I got another one here. I'm going to try and get this up. Let me see if this works. I've been trying to find ways where I can just go to the next video. Let's see how this does it. Let's try it now. I'm gonna have to redo it. It just blocked it out. Great. Here we go. Give me a sec. All right. And this is a Tim Pool video. I try not to do that. I'm not a big fan of Tim Pools. But I did kind of like this one, what I saw, because I do like Scott Jennings. So I figured we'd look at it. You can subscribe to Tim Pool if you want to. I'm not telling you to. But you could check out Justin is Lost. I check that channel out. I watch him sometimes.
Probably aware that, yes, I was able to sit down in the new media seat at the White House. And wow, I knew the media was going to get pissed off that I was there, which is kind of why I decided to ask a question that was intentionally disdainful to them. Because now, journalism professor, a guy I actually know, is calling me a freak show. I kid you not. And I'll tell you what's a freak show. Politico publishing the feet of some of these young conservative women who are in the White House. Honest question, why? No joke. They took a...
Okay, wait. Did they have sexy feet? That's an important, relevant question.
Okay, so there's been this thing about now the White House has been open to different kind of media, not just like, you know, Huffington Post or ABC News. It's been open to Benny Johnson, Tim Pool. There's no reason.
Mean Girls BS. But I got to show you this because now it's personal. Now it's personal. We got this clip here from CNN. Let me play it.
News outlet. The reason that you have lost trust ought to be obvious to you, and the way to fix it also ought to be obvious to you, and it has nothing to do with Donald Trump and everything to do with the product. Just try to make a better product that appeals to more people, and the way you appeal to more people is by not crapping on half or more than half of the country because of their values and political viewpoints.
I think that is what you'd end up with in that press room then. is, and these are my words, the freak show that Trump wants. Trump tries to devalue media. Why should we value his freak show there? Let's leave it to the freaks.
I think calling them freaks.
I don't think there's any disagreement on that, by the way.
I mean, he called these new media sources the freak show. They're not freaks. They have audiences.
Some of them are.
They have audiences, and the reason that they're thriving is because people are starved for information that they think they can trust. They're not freaks. They're filling a need in this country, in my opinion.
Right.
Freak show. Is that it? How about this?
I pulled this video up because he got me excited. I thought they called Tim Pool a freak show. And he just said new media.
Natalie Winters, White House correspondent, hits back after Daily Mail publishes weird article about her skimpy outfits. You
guys need to stop insulting that girl. I like how she dresses.
She's dressed rather normally. I don't get it. These people are obsessed.
Tim's not getting a boner from her. I think it's because she's the wrong sex.
With insulting these journalists. Okay, Timcast has Elad Eliyahu. They ran so many smear pieces simply because we had a journalist show up to ask questions. Before Elad even asked a question, they were insulting and attacking our reporter. They were insulting and attacking me. What did Elad ask? The first thing he asked Trump was, "What is a woman?" And Trump made a joke. That was it. Not much. Little spice in the press pool in the Oval Office. What did Elad end up asking after the fact? He said, I'm paraphrasing, would Trump allow Gaza to be run by Hamas after this war, or does Hamas need to be removed if there is to be a ceasefire? Straight up normal question as these negotiations are ongoing. And Elad, I tell you this, he's obviously biased on the matter, but he didn't inject his bias into it. He just asked the question. And they insult him and they smear him. What did he ask the other day? There's 300,000 Chinese national students. Rep. Riley Moore has a bill to revoke their student visas as they are a national security threat. Does the White House agree with this? And the answer was largely, you're going to talk to DHS and see how they feel about these things. But we are going to go after people who oppose our foreign policy and things like this. Normal, just mundane. And they have to be as evil as they can. Take a look at this from Mediaite. Natalie Winters, she's been on our show. She's a friend of the show. She's great. She wears normal clothes. In an article titled,
Wish I could get her on my show.
CNN reporter stuns MAGA White House correspondent famed for skimpy outfits with very frank question. To justify the description, the Daily Mail included an Instagram photo of Winters wearing a shirt, a sweater, and a skirt outside the White House. They say dress for the job you want, they caption the photo. Apparently, freshly minted White House correspondent Natalie Winters wants to be a hostess at Hooters. Are you kidding me? What? She's wearing a skirt? Jeez, dude. You know what's the worst about this? And I got to be honest. I didn't know if I should actually show the Politico article. Meet the 8 MAGA outlets disrupting the White House briefing room. Let me point something out. Elad Eliyahu, okay, he's there too. Are we not MAGA outlets? I guess not. No, just ignoring us because we're freaks. Apparently, they published the feet, I believe, of Natalie Winters. I could be wrong.
Got to check these feet out.
And this is what's got people laughing about it. Yo, is it? Oh, no, is that Natalie Winters? Yeah. She's wearing the blue dress, right? Oh, no. It might not have been Natalie Winters. It might be this other woman. Why did they do that? Yo.
Man, don't show me this other chick's feet.
Why did they take a pic?
Actually, Tim Pool is a man, so he doesn't understand the different shades of blue. That's actually Natalie Winters' feet, and those are actually some really cute shoes. And I don't think that somebody who dresses up like a girl should be said that they're going to go to Hooters. Okay, they're going to work at Hooters. I mean, that's a bit
I can say it about some girls.
much. I mean, that's quite the leap. When is the last time people been to Hooters? Okay, the outfits do not look like this. Shout out to the girls there. Whatever, they do their thing. I'm not, that person. I'm just saying this is not the same thing at all. I'm also not some feminist who's like, oh, we could wear whatever we want. But what?
I'm going to shout out Twin Peaks right here because that's a better establishment.
What are we talking about here? I mean, this is like literally like I'm business professional. I mean, somebody would say you have to cover your feet or something to be like completely professional, but like business casual type of business professional. But like, I mean, it's 2025, but what are we really talking about? I mean, the fact is that the left is mad that, and for purposes like this, I will use terms like the left because I usually don't, but like the left really is mad that, you know, that there is a different representation in the White House. My only issue with it though is, by the way, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell if you guys find this video to be interesting. Thank you to everybody who's watching. My only issue with it is that, why is it sending that? Okay, my only issue with it is that, like, is that the only people in the White House, though? Because I don't want it to be where there's nothing but a bunch of Trump people, and then now we just have, like, propagandists that way. You know, there has to be pushback. There just simply has... But, you know, to be honest, even golly, there's nobody you really can trust. But there should be pushback, though, in a lot of situations. Like, there should be somebody there to ask hard questions. I'm sorry, I don't believe that Benny Johnson...
Yeah, let me clarify here. I don't like the reporting of any of these women because they're all just Trump cheerleaders. But I do like to look at Natalie Winters. So
Johnson is going to ask the hard questions. I just simply just don't.
Sure.
No disrespect to Benny Johnson's too, but Benny Johnson, by the way, you know, shout out to him. You know, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying.
Feet. So wait. I think that's they have a key. Starting from left, it's Brian Glenn, then Natalie Winters. So it might be Natalie Winters. She's wearing a blue dress. Mary Margaret Olahan, Lindell TV correspondent. So who's this woman? Is she just like not part of the MAGA 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the 7, 8? I don't know whose feet these are, but I do think it's kind of weird that they published. I think that's Natalie Winters. Yeah, okay. Natalie Winters wore Valentino wedge sandals. Yo, what? That is absolutely crazy. It's nothing but disdain, right? The funny thing is, apparently, there's actually a bunch of people that they didn't actually include in this. But my question is, why? Why write about these individuals and not anybody else? There's other conservative outlets in here. The Daily Wire is fairly mainstream. They're not even necessarily MAGA. I mean, they were anti-Trump for a while. That's amazing, isn't it? They said the Daily Wire has been one of the biggest beneficiaries of the conservative media boom, buoyed by enduring popularity of its founder and editor emeritus Ben Shapiro, who's got over 7 million subscribers at YouTube. The funny thing is, subscribers are meaningless.
Israel first.
You can have 7 million subscribers and YouTube won't show a single subscriber your video. So, meaningless, but it looks good. Our readers definitely care a lot about cultural issues, as does Matt Walsh and Michael Knowles and Ben Shapiro, said Olahan, 29, who recently wrote a book about people who reversed their gender transitions. Wow. Those are all the things that I focused on for years, so obviously you will see that reflected in my reporting. Recent reports suggest the Wire is on the rocks financially.
Okay, so yeah, right. All right, let's just kind of move on a little bit because, like, you know,
Please.
like, okay, we hear you. All right.
CUNY or whatever. But when I first got started, I had a bunch of, he met with me, we talked. He's an activist. He's a pro-leftist guy. He is an elitist, smarmy, smug guy. This is what he represents. You're a freak if you want to come in and ask questions. What he wants is the cabal, the elites, the better men. We're smarter than you, and we know it. That's who these people have always been. Shout out to Scott Jennings, because this is what we are bringing to the table. Enough games. The people are tired of your hoaxes. We figured out they were hoaxes because we got embarrassed too many times. Because we'd say something like Donald Trump said very fine people, and then someone plays the video and you don't read the news, do you? You're like,
It's really funny to me that we're still falling for hoaxes, though, because didn't Trump just come out and whenever he was doing the Epstein stuff, didn't he do his little bullshit? Oh, y'all still talking about Epstein? Yes, fucker. It happened yesterday. We're still talking about it today. What is it? That is just the same shit that they were doing before. It's the exact same shit. And this guy was supposed to get in and be different. When you're doing the same shit, you're not different. That was my issue. I guess some of y'all don't mind whenever he gaslights you.
it's embarrassing, isn't it? You thought you were right. You were so convinced, you were arguing, and then they laugh and say, you didn't even know, you were wrong. And you go, I guess I was wrong about that. Nobody wants to be in that situation. That's what the media does every single day. Now, I'll tell you who the freaks are. The freaks are the smarmy elitists sipping their wine glasses and drinking Ipecac like in the Hunger Games, talking about how any of the rabble who dare come in to actually try to ask real questions, you're the freaks. Okay, bro. Let's go.
Well, anyway, he's right. He is right. I mean, it's not that deep to be calling people freaks simply because they're an alternative media. The fact is, in real life, that, people don't trust the mainstream media anymore. I mean, this part actually bled into the normies. I mean, you have your, boomer generation who is still putting on Fox, which I personally don't think that that's the greatest place to be, but whatever, it's not CNN. But the fact is, when people realize that they're being lied to by the media, they don't want to, listen. I mean, CNN is lucky that it's still on, but they had to fix it. So they knew what to do. They went back and fixed it. They knew what they needed to do. Even still to now, they're saying that The View might be canceled. Still to now. Because they could not get their rhetoric together. I mean, literally after Trump was elected, they still were talking trash. Up until a few months ago, I was looking at clips from The View, and they were still saying the most insane things. And I'm Sunny Hostin still cannot get over the fact that Donald Trump was elected president by, people who, non-white people too, that voted for Donald. I don't understand these people who
Okay, I'm gonna end this here. She's rambling a little bit, but I do like Justin is Lost. Pretty good take. Usually she's pretty based, but from a female perspective still, but she is fairly somewhat based, I guess. But yeah, check her out. Check out Woman Propaganda. I like his stuff. He's really good. Yeah, I'm really sorry about this video. The second video I didn't watch. I was just going to react to it because I kind of wanted to see what was going on, and it was really boring. So, but that's not Justin's fault. That was pretty much more Tim's fault as usual. But I'm gonna get off for tonight. I'll have better videos next time I'm on. I I should have done better. My bad. But expect better next time. I'm gonna actually try and start just going straight to the source and maybe not do so many as reacting videos. But I did want to show y'all some of the videos that I watch because a lot of my friends watch Fox News or CNN. Not many watch CNN, but most watch Fox News. And I just kind of want them to understand that they're being propagandized. And I don't think that they do. But I think eventually we'll get there. So check me out next time. Like I said, apologize for this second video. I should have done more research. Had a doctor's appointment today, so sorry. So I will catch y'all next time. Peace.